This is Casey Campbell with G1NBC Sports. We're down here at the Corvette Racing Shop in New Hudson, Michigan, and we're going to be taking a look at the Corvette racing team that competes in the WeatherTech Sports Car Championship for the GT Le Mans class. They will not be at the Detroit Grand Prix this year. They're actually getting ready for the 24 Hours of Le Mans coming up in a couple of weeks. So we're going to talk about their preparations for that, and plus we'll also take a look at some of the Corvette racing team so far in their GT Le Mans season. So we'll obviously we'll meet some of the team managers and meet the owners that work on the cars, and it's going to be a fun day here today at Corvette Racing. And this is Casey Campbell with G1NBC Sports. This is Casey Campbell with G1NBC Sports, and now we're here at the Corvette Racing Shop in New Hudson, Michigan, and now I'm joined by the team manager of Corvette Racing, Ben Johnson. Ben, you guys are getting ready for the 24 Hours of Le Mans coming up in about a month from now. Talk about your preparations for that.
So preparation for Le Mans is pretty tight. We come back from a race directly into a test last week. We were here for 4 days and off to Le Mans after packing everything up. So we had one shipment go in April with a tractor trailer with a bunch of spares that we didn't need while here in the U.S. But now we're putting everything into crates, 32 crates, tons and tons of weight that then go on a ship, along with our two primary race cars that get shipped over via plane, pick them up in the UK, and then we're off to Le Mans. So it's a pretty big logistical challenge. Luckily, the team's done it for years, and we have most of the steps down pat. Everyone's pretty comfortable with what they need to do, but always a rush, always a pretty invigorating time for everyone.
Who's going to be racing for you in Le Mans?
So we have our typical four drivers. So in the 3 car, and it's the 63 in France, is Antonio Garcia and Jan Magnussen. They're joined by Jordan Taylor, who's the 3rd endurance driver for us. In the 64 car, it is Tommy Milner, Oliver Gavin, and they're joined by Marcel Fassler on loan from Audi for us.
How do you guys like your chances in Le Mans?
It's such a different beast that you do everything you can to prepare, but you're always confident but humble as to your chances, because there's so much that goes on. You do everything you can to be well prepared and give yourself the best chance, but in the end you are really competing against a lot of top-notch other manufacturers, the weather, the track, a bunch of different instances that aren't really in your control. But we feel that we're going to have a strong package and give everyone for the run for their money.
How is Chevrolet involved in this effort?
So this is the Chevrolet Corvette factory program. So it's a GM Chevrolet funded and backed effort where we as Pratt & Miller are here providing the engineering, mechanic support, car build, but we work hand in hand daily with General Motors on technology. They provide all of the engine support. It's extremely valuable, and we then work with them also in the marketing and engagement side of the program as well. So really this is General Motors and Chevrolet's factory effort when it comes to Corvette. We're going on our 18th year of this program with Chevrolet. We've been to Le Mans each one of those years. Great continuity of the program, similar personnel, key stakeholders, and really adds to the strength of what we have here in Corvette racing.
All right, just talk about how has Chevrolet impacted this effort, and what's it like to represent Chevrolet in Le Mans, France?
It's a great honor. I know everyone here takes it extremely seriously, knowing that we're going with what has historically been a very strong program to try to come home with another win from Le Mans. Working with GM and Chevrolet has always been one of the key components of this, and starting with the production car, which has always been extremely strong, make it into a strong race car that we can go into France and take home some victories.
All right, good. All right, Ben, good luck in France, and thanks for talking to us today.
Thank you.
This is Casey Campbell with G1NBC from the Corvette Racing Shop in New Hudson, Michigan. Now I'm joined by the crew chief of the Corvette Racing team, Dan Binks. Dan, we heard you had some history here, so talk about that.
Yeah, I started here at Pratt & Miller in 2002 on the Corvette program, and been fortunate enough to go to France about 15 times, so we're looking forward to that.
Obviously, the 24 Hours of Le Mans coming up, this is not new for you. What's it take to get a car to France?
So it takes about 50 people. We ship about 60 tons of parts to France. 2 cars go on the airplane, and we just everything has to go in a box. We have to put nuts and bolts to fuel to everything has to be ordered. So like we ordered fuel that goes there, we order tires for there, we order engines, all of the parts and pieces. We have to logistically nightmare trying to get everything ready to go, and these guys do an amazing job, and it takes about 7 or 8 days at the shop to get it all ready for the airplane, and then it takes about 4 days to unload it when we get there.
You know, after going to Le Mans for so many years, does anything surprise you when you go there?
There's always surprises. The weather will change, or a driver will be sick, or one of the crew members is sick, or whatever. You just adapt. I would say not very many surprises anymore, but things happen. You just adapt and do the best job you can.
All right, Dan, good luck in Le Mans, and thanks for talking to us today.
Thanks.
We had an exciting day today at Corvette Racing. We got to talk to Ben Johnson, the team manager at Corvette Racing, as well as we got to talk to Dan Binks, the crew chief for the 2 Corvette cars. And obviously, if you guys want someone to cheer for in the 24 Hours of Le Mans, you got the Corvette Racing team. They're going to be sending 2 cars down there. It's going to be exciting. It's about June 18th will be the 24 Hours of Le Mans in a couple of weeks. And this is Casey Cameron with G1NBC Sports from the Corvette Racing Shop in New Hudson.